Hello, I'm Franklin Marshall III.
And this is Cyrus, and this is the podcast where we interview people with podcasts.
The grand finale, season 2. You made it this far. We appreciate you. We got extra special effects for this show. We're pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, we're hoping to get a band like The Late Show, but we don't have the funds.
No, and you know what? We don't need it either. We're our own show.
I don't know. I could use a cowbell in the corner.
I could use a keytar, a cowbell and a keytar.
Yeah.
You know, we could be our own thing. Maybe we could deep fake ourselves being a band.
If we had a rock band, what would you call it?
I would call it the Franklin and Cyrus.
I don't think our name should be in it.
Okay.
You know, something like the shark fins. You know, or the space dolphins,
or the
you know
we're cooking.
We'll
we're on
workshop
something.
We'll give that to the.
No, we're on something. We're almost there. The Coteers, like what's a good band name?
You know, the December.
What about the Flying Sharketeers?
The Flying Sharketeers?
Like Musketeers?
That's not a band.
Yeah, but it could be.
How about the band Arcade Fire?
I like Arcade Fire.
How about the Dolphin Arcade Dolphins?
How about Dolphin Fire?
Dolphin Fire. Dolphin Fire. I like that.
I like that.
Yeah, Dolphin Fire.
I like that.
All right.
You know what I also like? I like our guests, our guest for tonight, which is you, because you gave us questions, and we're gonna answer these questions.
Yeah.
First question is from a man named Ellison.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're a man. I'm sorry if you were not a man.
Okay.
What's the one thing you wish you could do in public without being looked at, funny, or judged? For me, I know it's picking my nose. Because I'll be honest, this is the perfect device for picking your nose. And it's just a shame we can't do it in public. What about you, Franklin?
Whacking off.
You want to whack off in public?
If
and
there's
not be
nobody
judged?
around.
Well, the thing is, if there's, you can be people you can do in public, you can be judged.
Oh, I changed my answer.
Okay.
One thing that I could do in public. You know what? I really like. I'd really like it. I get really self-conscious when I have like a wedgie, and like I want to tug at it and scratch my butthole.
Yeah.
And I have to go in a private place to do that.
Yeah.
So if I was able to do that in the public, I would love that.
You know what? I will say this. I think you should be allowed to scratch your butt publicly as long as you don't sniff your fingers afterwards.
No, I'm not going to say. You know what I do to scratch my balls? I put my hand in my pocket, play pocket pool.
I feel like that's even like you should just be able to scratch your balls because once your hand's in your pocket, it's as mysterious as to what's happening. Like if your hand's over your pants scratching, it's just like we scratch his
No,
nuts.
that's worse because if you're making eye contact with somebody, that's going to go bad.
Okay, well, if your hand's in the pocket and you're scratching,
No, they can't see what's going on.
Everyone knows what's going on.
Nobody
You think
knows
you're like an elephant hiding behind a tree. We all know what's happening there.
No. Nobody knows what's going on.
Another one from Ellison. Does the Earth really rotate? It does, but I think they're not telling you the full story. It's rotating, but it's also doing loopy loops.
Well, actually, that's true. Because the truth is that the Earth's kind of like a spaceship. Our whole solar system is actually moving through space. So technically, here we revolve around the sun, right? Everything's revolving, and we're actually spinning through space like this, like a spaceship.
Yeah.
And the sun's kind of like the engine.
Yeah. So they're not telling you the full story about the rotation. We're doing loop-de-loops too.
And that's all powered by the alien mothership that brought life onto this planet.
Yes, and that's taking directions from the giant turtle that holds the universe.
Which also brings me to my next point, that the shape of the Earth is a triangle.
That's incorrect. But that's also, you know what, a question I think is touched upon later. Maybe not, though.
Okay.
This next question comes from a personal friend, Marcelo, and the only guy who supported our GoFundMe, by the way. So
well, thank
shout out to Marcelo, patron of the arts.
Patron of the
podcast and the arts.
and
You know, he made this thing happen.
you
He
made
helped.
you made it happen.
You put a brick in the wall.
You're the brick in my wall.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
If animals could talk, which species do you think would be the most sarcastic? Good question. I know a question you'll answer. You'll like cats.
No, I wasn't gonna say cats because I don't. I like sarcasm, and I don't think cats are sarcastic. I think they're serious.
Maybe you think the hate of cats comes because maybe they're too similar to you.
No.
And you hate yourself.
What?
And
Why
now you
would they be
project onto the cats.
No, it's silliness. I think like an owl would be really sarcastic.
They're not sarcastic at all.
What are you talking about?
What the eyes and the hooting?
How about a squirrel?
Squirrels will be like they're more prankstery.
You think so?
Yeah,
All right. How about
definitely hyenas. They're very sarcastic.
no?
They're laughing.
No.
They're laughing at you.
Yeah, but that's not sarcasm. That's just like that's like physical comedy. They're more
slapstick.
yeah,
they're
slapstick.
more slapsticky.
Yeah, I think.
There's some birds up there talking shit on those power lines.
I mean, a lot of birds are sarcastic.
Crows. I bet your crows are pretty sarcastic.
Yeah, I would imagine a crow being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about mongooses?
Nah.
Muskrats?
A hippo.
No, hippos are just violent.
Okay.
They're just screaming racial slurs
How
and
about an
charging.
elephant? Elephant kind of might be sarcastic.
I bet you elephants got jokes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the winner.
I like
Elephants.
elephant. The consensus of the group is the elephant.
Elephant. Yeah.
Marcel's got a couple other ones.
Okay.
You got one more. If ChatGPT finally got a body, will it be an ass man? Great question.
Well, excuse me. Who says it's gonna be a man if it got a body?
Well, he wants to know.
What kind of body?
Yeah, is it going to be an ass man?
I think it will be a humanoid, so it wouldn't have like.
No. If it was a human, and like, would it be an ass man? Like, would it like asses?
A humanoid is like a human.
Yeah. I'm saying, would it be an ass man? Not would it be a man with an ass, would it be a person who preferred asses over boobs?
What if it likes men?
That's another question. Would it like women? Would it like?
Well, what's the gender of the human?
I mean, I think that's part of the question. If it got a human body, would it be a man and would it be an ass man?
I don't think it would be a man. I think it would be a woman.
Okay.
And I think the woman would be a shoulder woman. I think she'd be real into shoulders.
A lot of women are into shoulders.
Yeah, they like the shoulders.
So I asked ChatGPT the question,
Oh, you did?
and they said, as an AI language model, I don't have a personal preference or characteristics. My purpose is to generate text based on the input I receive. Therefore, I cannot answer your question about what I would be like in a fictional world as a human, or whether I would be an ass man, in quotes, sarcastically, by the way. I think, chill. As that is not relevant to my programming or capabilities. Is there anything else you would like to help you with? And to me, that screams boob guy right there.
I don't know. I think
That's boob guy text right there.
You know what that screams? A politician who sends dick pics.
I think that's
You know,
the answer. Yeah.
Dodge that question.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they send dick pics.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
very politician of them.
Chat's sending a pixelized Minecraft dick out to somebody.
You dirty chat.
That's your question,
yeah,
Salo.
You're welcome.
All right, we have more, but let's dip into what you got a little bit. Let's come back. I say.
You wanna
I say
come
we
back
can.
to
Yeah, let's dip into guest and come back. If you're ready, I can do
Yeah,
one
sure.
more.
So a time traveler, Eno Anorik, claims a hostile alien species known as the Distance will arrive on Earth next year in 2024 to take it back.
Oh, we took it from them?
Yeah, and he said, we don't win. And he said they will abduct 8,000 humans to a habitable planet to keep the human species alive. Oh, that's very
That's
nice of them.
What a polite,
That's really.
what a polite invading force.
Oh, this guy's like, we don't win, but they keep some of us.
Look, we don't get killed, we just get evicted.
Yes, it's a bad landlord.
Yeah. We don't get our deposit back either.
Yeah. Aliens are nothing but landlords.
Yeah. They're going to come in here, they're going to paint over the light switches, not stiff us on the deposit.
Yeah. They're gonna rent's already raised. you
Yeah.
know?
They're going to come in like, hey, man, why is this giant pile of trash in the ocean? It was there when I got there.
No, yeah.
This is normal wear and tear. What are you talking about?
They're gonna come here and go like, Well, look how you treated this
Yeah.
place. Climate change, you're evicted.
I didn't say you
know?
could put a Great Wall over
Yeah.
there in China.
I said no smoking, and this whole earth has been smoking. You're out.
And why is there less ice? Where'd the ice caps go? What happened?
Oh, I love that. So, like, there's a conspiracy that SpongeBob and his friends are from a nuclear arms test performed on Bikini Atoll in the late 40s and early 50s, since they live under the atoll and the town is called Bikini Bottom. I'll be honest with you, Cyrus. Never seen SpongeBob.
Yeah, I really haven't watched it either, but
It's a huge thing.
yeah,
And all these like references online about it, comedians talking about SpongeBob. And I'm thinking to myself, I've never even really felt like I wanted to watch it.
No.
Because it doesn't look that appealing. But everybody loves it.
yeah. Honestly, when you started reading that fact, I was like, oh, this is some fucking pothead, smoked too much weed, watched SpongeBob, and started spouting off some stupid fucking nonsense. But you know what? That theory checks out.
Well, you think so?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, he's just talking sponge in the ocean, right? Everybody talks in the ocean, and it was under a nuclear blast. I wonder what the fish thing happens when there's like, what? I wonder in like fish lore, what they say about all those nuclear tests in the ocean.
Oh, they're probably freaking out.
Yeah.
They can't wait till those aliens get here.
yeah. I wonder, like, the fish histories.
They're voting for the aliens.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
They're like, climate change, fine, just get rid of the whole thing.
yeah.
Take us all out. It's already horrible. We're suffering.
We sent a message to the landlord. He still
Yeah.
hasn't responded.
Yeah. It's like, what's with these humans and their addiction to suffering? If you could read a book for the rest of your life, but one book, what would it be?
I would read Neverending Story. It was a great book and a great movie.
I would read Where the Wild Things Are because it's a picture book. I don't have to read it.
You're the one talking about, oh, you're the big reader. You're all season you're bragging about how you read so well, and you're now all of a sudden you're Mr. Pictures
No, because it's so
changed up, right?
No, that's not it at all. I've done so much reading, I'd like a break. And if there's one book I gotta read my whole life, damn well have pictures.
By the way, that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Are you serious?
It was terrible.
That movie was amazing. It's because you have no soul or compassion or
asleep during
empathy.
it.
Yeah, you're an unempathetic person. That's why.
No.
Silly, heartless individual.
I'm just
Cares.
First off, how are you gonna make a movie off 5 pages of a book?
Well, they absolutely did,
And
they
it wasn't
made
very
great.
good.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I got some. Let's go back to these.
Yeah,
these are our
fine. Let's,
fans.
yeah.
DeAndre asks us, "Are you gay if you like tomboys?" I would say no.
What's it that?
It's a girl that likes to do guy stuff, like maybe like a girl that like dresses up like kind of masculine, and she'll play guy sports. You know, when you grow up as a kid, there's some girls she used to play baseball with the guys, that type of thing.
What? But it's a girl,
Yeah,
so that don't make any sense.
I would say you're definitely not gay. No offense to you, DeAndre. We're glad that you support the show. A little gay that you asked that question, to be honest with you. That's kind of the gay thing here, buddy. But I would say tomboys, it's not gay. Not there's anything wrong with being gay. Also, shout out to the gay people.
You know what's fun? It's like now being comedians.
Yeah.
If we say anything, like if you're kind of like a self-aware comedian who does support like everybody.
Yeah.
If you make fun of like any kind of diversity or anything, you always got to follow it with. But there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
I don't mean gay.
Just to make sure you guys know I support it.
It's not just for like that. It's also because some people that watch like, yeah, fuck gay people. So you gotta keep those guys at bay as well.
No, I know that's why we do it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's just a thing you got to do now.
Yeah. So like, and I think honestly, tomboys they make some of the best girlfriends.
I don't see how you could even think that was correlated because it's a girl.
Yeah, they make sense that they're chill. They're chill. They're cool to hang out with, and also when like if you see a girl who doesn't dress up a lot, and then when she does dress up, it's like whoa. She's like, where'd this come from?
Well, that's like it asking
like a real
if
treat.
a woman likes another woman, or likes what if a woman who likes women saw a man who dressed like a woman. does it make that woman?
A lesbian.
I don't know. It's a rabbit hole, to be honest.
Beyond, most women like men who like.
Yeah, I don't
like
know.
that,
I don't
who
understand
dress
things,
like women.
so
Yeah.
I better not speak
So
on the
Gianna,
topic.
it's not gay. Your question, little gay, but you're in the clear. And we love you. Thank you for submitting. Marty wants to know, what do we think about the Irish and the UK?
That's a question for him. We already know what's that's going.
I do like I like the Irish. The Irish Kings, we've talked about how they were a little off, but the Irish are fine. I like that you guys kind of were terrorists for a little bit in the 90s. That was kind of fun. The UK, I love making fun of the UK. I have a long history of making fun of the UK on the internet, and I won't dive into that because it's very well documented. But I will begrudgingly give the British one compliment. And I love making fun of the British. People love to make fun of them for not using seasoning. And they're like, oh, they're the world's biggest spice dealer. Why don't they use seasoning? And I would say that was probably one of the best and most impressive things about the British. They don't use seasoning. Because the number one real rule of drug dealing is you don't get high on your own supply. British are number one spice dealers in the world. They didn't get high on their own supply. That's the type of focus it takes to rule the world as a tiny island. So I have to give them props begrudgingly.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What was the question?
What do you think about the Irish and the UK?
Like just them being in the UK
What do you think about the Irish people and British people?
separately?
Yeah.
First of all,
And together.
I love the Irish because gingers are unicorns, and
That's
I love
true.
Irish women.
Yeah, they're the source of red hairs.
Like if I could just, I don't know,
I think being a redhead came from Ireland, right?
don't matter. But all I know is there are a lot of them there, and that's where unicorns were born.
Yeah.
So obviously love that.
Great.
And I love that movie Disney made with the redhead and the Irish thing.
Tangled?
Oh, I think that was Scottish, but one thing
Close
I don't
enough.
like about England and all that is all that stuff that happened with William Wallace.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten over that yet, but like it's because it's so soon that it happened. But like thing I also like about, I actually love England and everything because I think their humor is way better than ours.
Let's not get carried away.
Actually,
That's not. They just have a British accent and people think it's
no,
smart.
British Office was the original Office, and it was
That was
better.
a good one.
It was way
the
better than
British Office was a good office.
any of them. And I also, but I don't like how you go to England. Everybody's very mean. You walk on the street, and it's just like, what are you doing? Walk on the street, kind of thing. And there's nothing to eat there. It's horrible. And everybody tells you, oh, you got to eat the Indian food in England. I'm like,
Doesn't make any sense.
why would I go to England? I'll just go to India.
Yeah. I think it's really fascinating. So, like, Britain and Ireland are right there next to each other. Everybody loves the Irish. Everybody hates the British.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Well,
fascinating.
I'm kind of indifferent to all of them, but boy, do I love them gingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Gingers and
Yeah,
Ireland.
if any single ginger ladies are out there and you're thinking, wow, maybe Franklin's got some depth to him. Maybe we can make a family together and live on a farm and make potatoes. Potatoes together. That'd be nice.
Let's. You got some more stuff. Then let's go. You see what you got.
Well, this is a long one. Is that okay?
That's good. That's good.
Okay, so I did some research, okay, about, all the theories of everything.
Okay.
So there are a lot of theories about how the world, the universe, galaxies, how all of this began. You ever sitting down like, what is all this, right? How many times a day do you wake up and go, what is all this? Why am I here?
Yeah.
Well, here are some theories of everything.
Okay.
So there's obviously the theory of aliens. Aliens started all this.
Yeah.
There's God, right?
Yeah.
You got the lizard people.
Yeah.
You got that. There's something called E8. E8 is where the universe is made up of intricate geometrical structures called E8, and it's got 248 points in 8 dimensions. Okay. And then you got asymptotic, no, not asymptomatic.
Asymmetrical?
No,
Asymptote?
no, now you're confusing me. Doesn't matter, asymptotic safety. Fixed point which the strength of gravity remains constant and other forces in the universe are attracted to this point. There's also called I'm going to ask you which one you think is the right one after this.
I mean,
so you better remember
anything
something.
after lizard people I didn't really understand. I don't understand what I don't think even you know what those things what you're saying.
A grand unified, of course I do. Grand unified theory, all fundamental forces, all fundamental forces in the universe are the same force and can be expanded in terms of the magnitude of this information. There's also being John Malkovich, which I think is probably the truest one, that we're all just in John Malkovich's head.
Nah, it's not that.
There's simulation theory. I think we all know what that is.
Yeah, we know that one.
There's string theory. String theory now is building blocks of the universe are not particles but are dimensional strings vibrate at different frequencies and form particles. Loop quantum gravity space is made up of loops and networks that make up the space and time that are woven from the loops. There is casual dynamic triangle theory. Space and time are made up of triangular units, which is why the Earth is a triangle, which are glued together to form a larger structure, the Earth. Emergent gravity. Gravity is not the fundamental force, but energies from microscopic quantum bits of space and time.
There's more of these, or is that it?
No, that's it for now. Now, what do you think is the most plausible there, Mr. Cyrus?
I'm gonna go lizard people. What did you? I mean, first off, the triangle one was the dumbest one. That everything's made of triangles. That doesn't make any sense. That's not. You're not a triangle.
Yeah, sure.
What is this? Is it a PS5 that we're all triangle machines?
Well, what's PS5 got to do anything?
Honestly, I didn't even understand what most of those words you said. I don't think even you understood most of the words you just said.
I understood it all.
You didn't understand anything.
You didn't start anything.
Explain any of those
I
things.
just said lizard people, and you go, oh, well, that's
the only thing I
2 words, so
understood.
I'll just take that.
Yeah. That was also the only funny option of that mix. What was that like?
Oh, so it's got to be funny?
String theory.
Yeah.
Rap.
Yeah, what's wrong with string theory? You like string cheese?
I heard it. I heard they're debunking.
You like ketchup on noodles?
I heard people are debunking string theory.
Yeah, is that so?
Yeah, I heard that's on
yeah.
the way out.
Yeah, they
'Cause that
debunking
math doesn't
ketchup
add up.
on noodles? Because only psychopaths like that, psychopath.
Yeah, why would I eat ketchup on noodles? That doesn't make any
Psycho.
sense. That's something you would eat.
That's
Honestly.
something
You look
would
like a
eat.
ketchup and noodles.
You look like ketchup.
I bet there's a ketchup stain on
you-
your body
you look
right
like
now. How
dog-
many ketchup stains are on your person right now?
None. How many cum stains are on you? Let's take a black
0,
light.
'cause this is new.
Bet if we took a black light in your apartment, it looked like a Jackson Pollock painting.
That's. Do you know what? You're telling on yourself. That's what you're doing.
You're telling on yourself. You're telling on yourself. You probably
You're
paint
projecting.
the walls.
You're a projection.
You're a projection.
You're like, oh, I'm a street artist. with
Yeah,
your
you're
jizz.
projection. You're projecting
You're a
all.
jizz artist. That's what you're a jizz artist.
Fine. Then we'll get off with
What's your theory? What's your theory? Is it Franklin theory where there's a cat in a box? Is that the theory?
No, I'm on kind of. I'm not sure, but what I think is probably the most accurate. Probably the emergent gravity theory.
Oh yeah, what's so accurate about that? Tell me a little bit more why you think that theory is the right one.
Well, if gravity is not the fundamental force, but the energy comes from quantum bits,
What's a quantum bit?
well, if you let me finish,
Okay,
you must have been horrible in school. Teacher must have been talking. You go, you
I would be. You know what? I was a good
never
student.
raised your hand, did you?
No, I was a good student. Now I'd be
Oh,
now
yeah,
I'd be
were
a
you?
bad now I'd
Yeah,
be a
were
bad
you?
student.
Yeah, clearly.
As an adult, I'd be an awful student.
We can tell.
Yeah.
If quantum bits is so in quantum at a quantum level, which is very, very small.
Yeah.
So you go in from atoms.
I saw Ant-Man. I know what a quantum is.
Jesus Christ!
Talk to me like I'm a fucking retard.
You just said you're.
What's a quantum bit? Okay.
Well, I have to explain what quantum theory is and quantum mechanics to even get to what a quantum bit is.
Just get to the bit.
No, I'm
get
not.
to the bit.
I'm not.
It's
getting
like
to the
stand
bit.
up. Get to the bit. Get to the punchline. There's a lot of fat we can cut from this quantum mechanics thing.
I believe it's inversive. So if you zoomed in as close as as far as you could into where like the ghost particles are, which are called our neutrons, then you go even farther and farther and farther, you would probably end up looking at a universe. And I think if you looked in every time you look out into the into the universe, into space, you're looking into the past. And I literally believe it's like this. So everything small is here, and this is the universe, everything big. You're looking out into space, and it comes right back to where everything's small, and everything small comes right back into space. And I think the emerging gravity theory kind of suits that, because it suggests that gravity, which is a fundamental force from what we know, which keep...
So basically, you believe in Ant-Man. That's what you're saying.
No, well, I didn't
Which is fine. I'm not making fun of you.
Ant-Man.
You should watch. That's basically what Ant-Man is about.
Well, it's probably
Yeah,
accurate.
that's what Ant-Man's about.
Well, screw you.
So you believe in Ant-Man? It's okay. You believe in Ant-Man.
You
was
know
a
what?
good movie. I
Let me
liked
just
it.
say, Cyrus, it's...
I'm just trying to get to the point. All right.
No,
This is like.
you're not trying to get to the point, because if you're trying to get to the point, you would let me finish a thought and let me get to
I
that
am getting
point.
where you're
No,
going.
no,
about-
every thought
you're
going,
looping in circles.
Get to the point. Get to the point.
I'm trying to
get
add comedy and flavor to the podcast.
Ain't no comedy
This is
there.
this is like a C-rate Joe Rogan podcast right
All
now.
I'm saying, anything Joe Rogan C to me.
First, it's
he's
fine.
a C-
Don't-
guy. You know, he called me out on his podcast, so I'm gonna call you Joe Rogan out. Nobody's buying your meat, okay? It looks
doesn't sell
disgusting.
meat.
He sells meat.
He does not sell meat.
Yeah, he does. He sells meat. I'm Joe Rogan. I know everything. I'm best podcaster.
Who sells
ever.
meat? When has he ever sold meat?
He's clearly not a Joe Rogan guy.
I watch it occasionally. He never once. He doesn't sell anything in his podcast.
Yeah, go Google it. Well, you know what? Just because it's a fact. Not all facts that are facts, and if factually a fact is a fact, if it's factually a fact. So that's fact. Yeah.
I don't know what that was for. You just went on. You said the word "fact" 10 times in a row.
No,
Actually, give me another thing, and we'll get some poems.
You need to listen with your ears and not your mouth. Okay, how about this? How about a pill that you can take right before a movie that you've already seen, and it erases your memory, so it's like seeing that movie for the first time.
I conceptually love this idea,
Thank you.
but in practice, that's going to give you a seizure. 100% sure.
Well, not if it's developed right.
Well, first off, it's not going to get developed right, and then 10 years from there on, they're like, "Oh, it's giving you everybody seizures."
Can we just
Whoops.
theoretically say that it was developed right?
Theoretically, I love the idea.
Theoretically, there's something that does exist that's kind of like that.
Weed,
Yeah, marijuana.
yeah.
But it's not
as good.
as
Because
good.
then you have to eat a bunch of food and you get fat.
Yeah, it's not as good.
Yeah. I got some poetry to read.
Wait, can I just say one thing because
Yes.
we talked about school?
Yes, please.
You cheated in school, didn't you?
I actually never cheated. I have a very guilty conscience.
Well,
I
No.
cheated once in Spanish class and I was caught.
so you already lied. You already cheated. I never cheated in school. Well, I cheated in Spanish class.
Once I got caught, and I have a very guilty conscience, and I don't like cheating.
So what was that story like?
I was gonna fail the test, so I just kind of pushed the paper to the side, and the lady caught me. She just gave me a 0.
Really? You didn't have a TI-83?
Yeah, but it was Spanish class, so I wouldn't whip out a TI-83.
Well, I always had. We never got on TI-83. They were like, "Oh, he's smart," and I would put all the answers in the TI-83. For those of you who don't know, TI-83 was the iPhone before the iPhone.
It was better, kind of, in some ways than the iPhone. They had great games.
They had emojis. Like an emoji would be an infinity sign, dash, 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 and an arrow, and that would be a penis.
Remember Galaxia? I think they had games.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
it
the
was
best
great.
one.
Remember drawing S's, those S's?
Yeah.
Or dicks on everything?
Yeah.
Good times.
Also boobs.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. That's all.
We got some poetry.
Okay.
This is from ChatGPT, our future AI robot overlord. He's showing that he's just not a warrior, he's also a poet. Here's the first poem. She-Hulk twerking, what a sight. Muscles flexing, booty tight. She may save the world with her might, but on the dance floor, she's out of sight.
I love that.
That's a beautiful
That's
poem.
beautiful.
That's a fucking beautiful
Wow.
poem.
Wow.
That's a beautiful
Oh, my.
fucking poem, man.
Wow, that should be published.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Our planet was once shaped like a dinosaur, roaming through space. It was quite a sight to adore. But over time, it lost its form and more. Now it's just a round ball we all adore.
Edgar Allan Poe over here. This is
good.
fantastic.
Dude, ChatGPT is a phenomenal
They got some good
poet.
ones.
Like the Maya Angelou of robots.
Yeah, maybe Edgar Allan Poe's more.
Memes.
Sylvia Plath.
Yes, yeah. Memes. They're everywhere. A picture with words. It's just not fair. They make us laugh. They make us stare. But do we really care?
Wow. That makes me even think.
It's like profound, honestly.
Yeah, that's got depth to it.
He's a really good poet.
Keep going.
Alex Jones, a man with a wild mind, spouting conspiracy theories of every kind. From the lizard people to the chemtrails in the sky, he'll make you wonder if you should even try.
I swear to God, the only thing this chat thing's done well are poems. Absolutely nailed that. Every single
killing
one
the
of those
poems.
were great.
This is beautiful poetry.
We're publishing that. We're going to sell it on our website as merch. If you want the chat GPT poems from the Franklin and Cyrus podcast,
Yeah.
it'll be on our site for how much money?
$20. $20. And we're going to add bonus poems.
And we'll sign it.
Yeah. Here's the last one. I want you to read this one.
Give me that. Is the one highlighted?
Yeah. It's a good one.
Okay. Some people think the earth is flat. A theory that's really fallen flat. If it were true, well, that would be that. But we'd all slide off like a welcome mat.
ChatGPT. Poet of the century.
But what it left out, as a matter of fact, is that the earth is not flat, but a triangle, you jackass.
Should have said like a triangle, like a party hat.
Ah, shut up.
That would have been better.
Yeah, it probably would have been better.
You really, beautiful. Honestly, tear-jerking.
Yeah, buy that book.
Yeah. It's a beautiful story. I got a news article for you. A South Korean woman got her license at 69 after 960 attempts at the driving test. She should not get the license. It was set up. The story was, it's such an inspirational tale about never giving up. She should not have legally been able to get a license.
I think that just proves like there are no mistakes in life. They're just lessons.
Oh, there was 960 mistakes that got her to being able to drive.
I think one could argue, Nick Cannon had 12 mistakes,
Yeah.
Too much there?
No, that was fine.
Okay, thank you.
But he's going to have some more before it's all said and done.
I guess so.
I'll tell you that much. See, that was set up as an inspirational story, which I don't think it was. I think it was a failure of the state, honestly, giving a woman who's not fit to drive. This, however, this is an inspirational story.
Okay, go on.
A woman pooped her pants during a marathon, and she still set a personal record.
That woman deserves more than the medal or whatever record. She deserves a medal of honor.
Yeah. Imagine doo-doo in your
President
butt.
Biden got to give her a medal.
Yeah. Give her a sniff and a medal.
Yeah. Academy Award.
Yeah. Everything.
Grammy Award.
The determination, grit.
Everything.
It was mile 13, she shit herself.
Everybody should aspire to that.
Shit herself at mile 13, kept running.
Yeah. And that just says it's like, if you're in your life and you feel like you shat yourself,
Yeah.
just remember that. Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Some of you right now have shit your lives metaphorically, and you're thinking about giving up. Think about this woman.
Yeah.
Think about that doo-doo sloshing in her pants, and how she was still able to become the best version of herself. You could become the best version of yourself with all your doo-doo sloshing in your pants.
All right, Tony Robbins.
If you don't give up.
Get to the next shit.
This was inspirational.
Yeah.
I let you talk through all your gibberish about string theory. You
No,
understand.
you barely let me talk
And
anyway.
you,
So
you let
Tony
me
Robbins, keep going.
Someone's gonna kill themselves now because they didn't let me finish that inspiration. Their death's on your hands. If you could get away with a crime, what crime would you commit and why?
I guess like robbing a bank.
Good one.
Yeah, because then I had money.
Yeah.
And then I could do what I want.
Yeah.
Or maybe is it a crime to steal somebody's love?
If they consent at some point, then I think it's not.
That's That's a gray area, so I'll
Yeah.
I'll revert back to my original answer, which was money.
Yeah. I just do the classic tax fraud.
Tax fraud.
It's a
You can
victimless
get away
crime.
with that now, though. I don't think that's.
I think it's gonna be tougher to get with as time goes
You're
on.
not gonna go like murder. You don't go with murder.
I like.
Some bad guys out there. You could be like Dexter.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'd like to murder a pedophile.
I see you as a murderer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like that. Murders are hot right now.
Yeah.
So I should really just
Yeah,
lean
they're
into
making
that.
all these Netflix shows about them.
Yeah.
And your name would not be a bad. You
Yeah.
have a cool name.
The Cyrus Strangler.
Yeah.
Great alliteration there.
Oh, jeez. Speaking of murdering,
Yeah.
Giovanni Bugatti, 1796 to 1844, executed 514 people for the Pope.
Is this the guy who made the Bugatti the car?
I think so. I believe that's historically accurate. What's like a word you think is spelled right, but it's actually spelled wrong?
Like,
Like what's a word that you look at and you're like, there's no way it's spelled like that. It should be spelled like this.
definitely. I don't even know how to spell it.
Okay.
But I remember when I see it spelled, I'm like, is that how you spell that? Banana? That's a tough one. There's a lot of weird
I
ends.
didn't ask you for what's a tough word to spell. What's a word that looks, for example, fat. Why is it F-A-T? Why is it not P-H-A-T?
That's too many letters. You don't need the PH. It's better F-A-T.
But I'm giving you an example.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so what's one?
I thought banana, there's like a weird end somewhere.
No, that's just like, it's got a lot of.
What's
N's.
your word? I can't read or write. So, like, what's your word? I don't spell the words right anyways. I don't even know how to spell them. I just guess. And then this autocorrect fixes it for me.
I'm gonna think. Anything with like, where it's like, oh my God, I had it. Oh, that's what it is. Like anything with a C. So there's a lot of words with C. Like cat should be sat.
Okay.
You feel me?
Is this where your hatred of cat begins? With the words?
It didn't begin there, but it's certainly not going to end
I'll be
there.
honest, at least 5 times a day when I'm working, I'll write out a word and I'll have to copy and paste it to Google to make sure that's correct, because they don't look right.
Well, you know what I'd like to see is the folks out there listening. I'd like to hear your comments on this. Like, what's a word that you think isn't spelled right? It should be spelled differently because it has sounds.
I like that.
Yeah,
Audience participation.
yeah. What's an infinity stone you would use if you could only have one? Which
ones are it? Space, time.
Soul stone.
What's soul do?
I think that's like how Wanda got her. The soul stone. That's the one Hawkeye gets.
What's the blue one?
The blue ones, I think, like the box.
Bikes.
No, the box, the blue box.
Yeah.
So
What
it's
does
like
it
a
do,
time
though?
trap. You
Oh,
can
time. I
like,
thought
you
that's
can
a-
like
that's a time
teleport or
stone.
whatever.
I would do time. Time's probably the most practical.
No, that's green one time.
Yeah, the green. I would do time one.
You do green one. I do green one.
Yeah.
I would do the red one.
What does the red one do?
It like creates your reality, so you
That's a
can
good one.
create any kind of reality.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. What reality? What would you change?
Everything,
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
all the time too. I
Yeah.
can just keep changing it based on what's a mythical creature you would like to take at the dog park?
Great question. Real thinker. Great question. Mythical creature I like to take to the dog park. I like to take a chupacabra.
A chupacabra. They're making a movie.
Is it cocaine chupacabra? Is that the movie?
No, I guess it's like a children's movie. They made it cute or something. I don't know.
Hollywood always gets it wrong. They really always manage to get the wrong thing. I'd love to have that thing as a savage chupacabra. Like, oh, it doesn't bite. Oh, it's friendly.
You're like familiar with mythical creatures, yeah?
Yeah.
So like, do you know what a banshee is?
Oh, yeah.
What is a banshee?
It's like a siren, kind of like a screaming woman, that type thing.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Have you seen John Wick?
I've never seen the John Wick movies, actually.
So, but you know about John Wick.
Yeah. I'm aware
So
of
do
pop
you
culture.
think like your karate could defeat his karate?
No, he has more. I know one kind of karate. He knows like 5.
Do you know anybody who could defeat his kind of karate?
Chuck Norris.
No.
Jean-Claude Van Damme could probably.
Yeah.
No. He can grapple.
Chuck Norris or Jean-Claude Van Damme, who wins?
Chuck Norris, man. It's for the memes.
Nope,
You
wrong.
gotta say Chuck.
No, wrong
Chuck
answer.
for the memes.
Jean-Claude Van Damme wins.
Chuck for
every
the
time.
memes. You
Nope.
gotta say Chuck for the memes.
Have you seen Double Impact?
You know that Chuck Norris
Universal Soldier?
He's trained with Bruce Lee.
I don't care. He's can't do what Jean-Claude can. Like Time Cop, he does a split in the kitchen. I mean, nobody.
That was a
can
cool
do
scene in Time
That's a
Cop.
great-
That's like the only thing I remember of Time
that.
Cop.
A great movie.
Time Cop was surprisingly kind of a boring movie, except for that.
No, that's a great movie.
We have a couple audience questions I want to make sure we can get into. Superfan Robbie, he gave us a bunch, so I'm gonna knock out these. First off, what is your ideal female physique? For me, my ideal female physique is the physique of a woman who doesn't flake on the day the last minute after we agree on the date, time, and place. Like the physique that shows up, that's the perfect physique with red hair.
Yeah. You know, I gotta be honest. First, just blanket like, just woman. You know, any woman, anybody who would
Yeah.
let me touch them. You know, that's the one I like. But if like I really had to choose, maybe like either fat like a hippo or skinny like Holocaust skinny. So you see the rib cage. I like that.
Very inclusive.
Thank you.
Very inclusive. Body positive, I'd say.
Thank you.
What's the weirdest thing someone has said to you or screamed during sex?
Never
Yeah,
had
that
sex,
was
so wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So that's what?
For me, one time I was having sex with a woman and she made these high pitched squealing noises. It was like ee ee ee. It sounded like a dolphin.
Were you having sex with a
It
dolphin?
sounded like she was trying to talk to a fucking dolphin.
Maybe you were having sex with a dolphin.
Maybe it was like a skinwalker or something. A shapeshifter.
I don't know. It might be.
And it was honestly so incredible. I came really quickly, but not out of like excitement. It was more of like, this needs to end.
Yeah.
And it was really it hurt my soul, honestly.
It hurt my soul just hearing about
The
it.
voices haunt my dreams sometimes.
Yeah, they're haunting me.
And that was the worst thing. I won't wish this upon my worst enemy. I feel like this guy's just kind of like really just trying to rub the salt in your wounds.
What's the next one?
When did you lose your virginity and what was it like?
Okay, Cyrus, answer.
Yeah, this guy.
They aren't questions
Robbie,
for both
I mean,
of us.
really doesn't like Franklin over here. I lost my virginity to a girl I dated in college when I was 20. We ended up dating for almost 4 years, and it was a very nice experience. It was very nice to lose my virginity with someone who I would later had a loving relationship with. It was a nice way to do it.
And where is she now?
I have no idea what happened to now. We grew apart as the years went on.
That's sad.
It's fine. Things have end dates, and that's okay.
Look at you. You know, you moved on.
Yeah. I'm sure she moved on as well.
I bet she did.
If you could make one food never exist again, what would it be and why?
Mayonnaise.
Why? You like mayo?
It's disgusting.
Mayo is very polarizing.
That's disgusting.
What disgusts you about mayonnaise?
Everything.
It's just pure fat.
Yeah, it looks like pure fat, thick cum. And I don't want it anywhere near it.
You know what they say? Hate is right next door to love.
No, that's not what they say.
They say that. They say that.
Who's they?
Society.
I mean, they could be one person now, so
Society.
so maybe
yeah.
it's one person said
It was
that.
a group consensus
No,
from back in the day.
They could mean one person.
Well, this saying is ancient wisdom passed down
No, I don't
through
believe
legends.
It. No, fact check it.
I fact checked it.
No, you didn't. Not on my fact app.
Yeah, your fact app needs a software update, hardware update as well, and a firmware update.
No, this is updated.
I would say beans on toast, just to stick it to the Brits. Also, what a dumb meal. You put beans on toast, you fucking weirdos.
I'll be honest, I think that's pretty dumb too.
It's a horrible thing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Thank you for seeing the eye on this one.
Yeah, you're
And
welcome.
thank you for being American, opposing British authoritarianism of beans on toast.
America.
What's the most pathetic way to die? Most badass way to die? Pathetic and most badass.
Most pathetic. I think like the most pathetic would be like whacking off in the shower and slipping.
Oof, brutal.
You know, because it's like, and especially like if you just were about to finish, you know, and then it's like, oh man, and then like the police come and they're like,
Just come and you dead, your neck snap, and there's
horrible,
cum everywhere.
horrible.
And your your family's got to make a lie.
Oh,
And they got to take it to the grave.
and no, and have you seen these like, they sell these things where you can attach your phone into the shower
Yeah.
so you can watch. The videos I saw of it, they're watching like Spider-Man. First of all, who's in the shower watching a 3-hour movie? You know? Second of all, I saw it's like obviously it's used for porn, and so I just imagine in that scenario, there's porn playing when the cops are coming in, and the porn didn't even finish.
Yeah.
And the cops finished watching the porn. I'm dead.
They're like, oh, this is my favorite. One of my favorite porn. It's got a good taste. Oh, I remember this one.
No, something embarrassing. You know, something like Burbit porn. It's just like,
Just burn it.
yeah. Oh man. Oh, okay.
What's the most badass way to die?
Don fighting the aliens and smashing the spaceship into the mothership and saving all of humanity.
Beautiful way to die.
Thank you.
Yeah. I would say most embarrassing way to die, most pathetic, be like death by a sloth accident.
A sloth
A sloth. Imagine a sloth like fell down and just
just killed you?
killed you. Like somehow it fell and just sliced your neck off. in
I
half.
don't know if it'd be pathetic, but I mean it's pathetic.
Yeah.
But it's quite interesting.
It's interesting.
It'd be a good story.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna write about mine.
It's gonna be forgotten and
Yeah,
buried in
we'll hope so. Hopefully.
Yeah. And no one's gonna write about it. It's gonna haunt some dreams though.
Yeah, it's gonna haunt me in the afterlife.
Yeah. You're definitely not getting to heaven.
No.
Like you're not on the list.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in purgatory. Heaven's like, we don't want him either. Just hang out in limbo with everybody else.
That's funny.
I'd say most heroic way to die. I would say it would be definitely some sort of like sacrifice on a battlefield to protect your friends. You know, that's really the best way to go. And then the final audience question: if you died, we really went from like who do you want to fuck, how'd you lose your virginity, and how you want to die. Really the high points of life. If you died and your friends or family had to clean your home, what would they find that would make them feel the most shame, shock, or awe?
Me.
That's the best. We're not topping that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not topping that. That's good. That's a good one, man. You got what you got.
Why don't they make Walkmans anymore?
You know what? You know what the thing is? If you marketed Walkmans correctly, you get hipster dipshits to be like, I have a little Walkman. I'm like
you're
retro.
probably right,
You could swing a Walkman.
Maybe we could do that part of our merch.
Yeah.
The Franklin and Cyrus cassette tape,
Yeah.
or CD-ROM.
If we could get like
Walkman.
Kim Kardashian to have a Walkman, all these girls are like, I have a Walkman like the Kardashians.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's like listening to things on tape is like it's so cool.
Oh my god. Have you ever had a CD in
Yeah.
your vagina? It feels amazing.
Yeah. I got the anti-skip kind.
Even men will be like, oh my god, like, have you seen the Walkman that's waterproof? I can take it into my bathtub. I jerk off to it. I can even put my dick in between it because there's a hole in the CD-ROM. Have you seen the movie with Adam Sandler, called Remote?
Yeah,
So if you had a remote like his, well, how would you use
for no good. I use it.
it? Enough said.
Yeah, let's do.
Enough said.
I can give you the details, but we don't know what's happening.
Have you seen this romantic comedy, Human Centipede?
I haven't heard it, but I heard it's a real tearjerker.
No, yeah, it's really great. I heard.
Yeah, it's really about people coming together.
Have you seen the movie Castaway? And do you think you could do that?
Yeah, I could. I wouldn't want to do it, but I could do it.
You could not do that.
Yeah, I could do it. What are
You
you talking
can't
about?
survive on an island by yourself.
If Tom Hanks could do it, I could do it.
Now, 10 seconds into it, you'd be like, I'm done.
No, I would. I'd love it. Nature. I get wildlife.
All right,
Yeah,
I better.
I have a great tan.
I,
I eat organic every day.
okay. What do you think about this movie idea? The movie idea is called Flip and Tuck. It's a buddy comedy movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, who go undercover in middle school to solve the case of the virus of spontaneous boners.
This sounds like a 21 a gay spoof of 21 Jump Street.
It's not gay.
It's a little gay.
No, just because it's got dicks involved. Do you
It's
know what?
two men pretending to be high school kids to research child boners,
No, they're researching.
underage teenage boners,
No, they're-
viruses.
No, it's a virus. It's making all these boners, and everybody's got to do the flip and tuck. You know, you flip your penis.
This sounds like a gay porno.
Do you know what a flip and tuck is?
I know what a flip tuck is. Yes.
Well, maybe the audience don't know what a flip and tuck is.
We all know what a flip and tuck is, and our audience is mostly men. So 80% of the audience knows what a flip and tuck is.
I don't know. We've got a lot of women too.
I would say I've seen the women that follow us. They're very beautiful and kind.
Yeah, I agree. Viagra lowers the risk of Alzheimer's by 70%.
I saw that.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's Viagra, not gas station boner pills. For the record,
For the record,
that increases your chances of dementia.
there is a $12,000 toilet with Alexa inside that can be yours today. Would you buy that?
What's he gonna do?
I don't know. She could be like your sentient toilet, like we talked about.
Oh yeah. I would tell her to make noises when I shit for sure.
Do you think you would get a brain implant?
No, I don't trust it.
What if it made you super intelligent, like Limitless?
I mean, it's gonna give me brain cancer. It's gonna kill me, or take over my brain.
Yeah.
I got a good question somewhere. Let me give it to you.
Should you date a woman who doesn't respect your wife?
No, your girlfriend should respect your wife.
How about like your husband?
My husband should respect. What are you talking about?
Like, should you?
What are you?
For women, like, should you date a man who doesn't respect?
You know, you shouldn't cheat. I don't think you should cheat. But if you do cheat,
You
the
don't?
person you're cheating with should respect your spouse.
I disagree. Relationships should be like diets. You should have cheat days.
I love
I
you.
did
love
that
your
twice
consistency.
just because you didn't.
I
like
love your
it.
consistency.
I know I did it because you didn't.
And I knew I wasn't getting mad because I knew you were trying to get a rise out of me.
Well, did you know that a woman married herself and divorced herself in 24 hours because she couldn't handle it anymore?
Sounds like a woman that would marry herself.
No, I just said, so she's single now.
Yeah, you
What
want-
was your side?
I have something that was, I think, really interesting, kind of almost semi-topical.
Was that implying nothing I said was interesting?
Why you gotta bring this about you? This is about
It's
me
always
and my
about me.
question. Like this is.
Okay.
Stop trying to manufacture conflict for the podcast, Franklin. I think it's kind of interesting. Like there's so many artists, like especially male music artists, that they fight gender norms by like wearing dresses and stuff like that throughout time. Like Rodman wore a dress. I'm sure like Aerosmith wore a dress. Young Thug, a rapper, wore a dress.
I've worn a dress.
Yeah, you've worn a dress. I mean, a lot of people do it. I think the most fascinating thing about Harry Styles trying to combat gender norms. Harry Styles, he's a singer.
Huh.
His battle. The most fascinating thing about him trying to combat gender norms is that he's yet to win.
Yeah.
He looks terrible in every one of his dresses.
He does?
Absolutely horrifically nightmare.
What's he doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
So you should contact him, give him some advice on this fashion stuff.
Yeah, he should just stop wearing. He looks bad.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know gender war. Like you think they're tearing down gender norms. He's the only one keeping gender norms in the fight. Really,
Yeah.
this would have worked better if you knew who Harry Styles was.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that it?
I don't want another one too.
Yeah, go to bed, whatever you want to.
If you had to put all your money into a single asset, which one would you choose?
Oh, Nicki Minaj?
That's a human. You can't buy
What are you
humans.
talking about?
That's
Have you
illegal.
seen her asset?
I don't think you invest in that.
Ah, yes, you can.
I think she's.
Not sure you've seen that.
I don't think she's selling stock in that booty, in those booty cheeks yet.
Well, when she does, I'll invest.
Yeah, yeah. you should
What-
DM her. Can I invest in your butt cheeks?
I will.
Yeah.
What about you?
If I was going to invest in an asset, I would probably invest in. I'd invest in gnome detection software. I think we're on the cusp of some. The internet's recently. The internet has been in a rage talking about gnomes are real. A lot of pro gnome theories.
That's honorable of you.
Yeah, and I think that we're about to make a breakthrough. That's going to really change the world with gnomes.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a great point. If the gnomes aren't real, how come all these different European cultures who didn't contact one another had to describe the same type of person? Something's up.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Honest, all that stuff.
I feel like the more we learn about science, the more magic becomes real.
I'm telling you, that's the whole thing. It's like first they thought everything revolved around Earth.
Yeah.
Then we found out it revolved. It keeps getting, and every generation's like, no, that can't be true.
Yeah.
The next generation's like, well, I guess it's true.
Yeah.
You know. Have you seen? Oh no. Okay, so we're about to end, correct?
Yeah. Maybe do one or two more and we're good.
That's all right. I'm gonna end on one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we can talk and end it, whatever. We sat by a radio, and then we sat by a TV,
Yeah.
and then we sat by a computer,
Yeah.
and then we sat by a phone,
Yeah.
and then we sat with a headset on our heads, and then we sat with a chip in our heads, and then we sat all alone. And that, my friends, is the season finale of the Franklin and Cyrus podcast.
Very beautiful.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think you forgot and then at some point we sat on a toilet as well.
Well, you're doing it all the phone you were sitting on.
Okay, cool. I'm glad that
Yeah.
I want to make sure that was covered.
Yeah, no, I thought it was implied.
It was a good important part of the progression.
Yeah, sorry about
I
that.
thought that was beautiful, very poignant.
Yeah, no, I just
loved it.
that's something sweet to end on,
Yeah.
hopeful, inspiring.
Yeah,
maybe
and
a little
it's
depressing.
a little bittersweet.
Yeah, well, that's who we are.
Yeah.
We're bitter and we're sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Not sure who's bitter or sweet. But
Yeah, it depends on the day.
we switch.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I think it's important to give them the whole spectrum of human emotion, not just the joy, but a little sadness too.
And that's your whole trinity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Hey, man, I love you.
I love you too, man. Let's close fist.
No,
touching.
let's not touch each other.
Yeah.
What else? Let's just kind of converse and wrap this up. We did another season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I mean, look at us.
I don't think the shock's really. It hasn't really hit me yet.
Yeah, I think it's just feels good to. I just want to thank you. For thanking me for being here.
Well, I didn't thank you yet, so let's not let's not get carried away. Jumping
No?
the gun on the
Oh well, I thank you in advance for thanking me, and
I'm going to retract. I'm not accepting your thanks.
now I gotta say, Cyrus, I've known you for a long time now.
Yeah.
We've hustled, struggled,
Bustled as well.
Yeah, we continue to in our comedy careers. But you know what? Mainstream success, all that jazz. I tell you, you know this, don't matter to me. All that matters to me is that we're funny together and we do funny things that people enjoy. And that's what this podcast is about. And I hope the people out there enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think to me, it really it does mean a lot to me. We're here and we just talk, right? Yeah. And we don't really see the other people on the end until we post the clips. And it always it does. I know how valuable people's time is, and it does mean a lot to me that people take out time out of their day to listen to us, and that we bring joy to people.
Yeah, I don't know if I find your time so valuable, but I still appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it does make me feel good to know that
No,
I don't really I think with comedy, especially with my type of comedy, what we do here is I talk a lot of shit, and I can be kind of a bit hostile and mean at times, but at the end of the day, it does make me feel good to think someone's happier than they after listening to us.
all I want to say is that everything I do and say is in the pursuit of comedy and laughter, no matter what it is. It's never aimed at hurting anybody
Yeah.
or doing anything. This is comedy. I hate that I have to say that, but that's what it is. And the other thing is, I just want to say how grateful I am to be sitting here with you, considering COVID and all these things happened that took me away from the stage, and hopefully I'll get back up there again. But it's nice to be doing this for people to laugh.
Yeah, it does. I do really feel like I feel like there's something special here that's happening when we make this when we do this podcast. And I think people are recognizing it. And I feel like there's like this thing happening with all of us.
Yeah.
And I think I really I can't wait to see where it all goes.
Yeah, and I just want to say I want to have the last word.
Have the last word.
No, you just had it. Now I had it. Thank you for following us, sharing all the things. This is Franklin Marshall III on the Franklin Cyrus podcast. That's Cyrus, you can say here.
My name is Cyrus, and I'm gonna interrupt you one more time. Have the last word.
And I have the last word.
And I am interrupting him.
Such a dick. You're a son of a dick.